Welcome to this presentation on C program to print prime number pyramid. Today we will explore how to print a pyramid pattern using prime numbers in C and dive into the logic and code behind it. Let's begin. First, let's look at the objectives of this presentation. Our goal is to learn how to print a pyramid pattern using prime numbers in C. We will also understand the underlying logic and how loops are used to generate this pattern. Before we jump into the code, let's briefly discuss prime numbers. A prime number is a natural number greater than 1 with no divisor other than 1 and itself. For example, numbers like 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and 13 are prime. These numbers are crucial for many applications in computing and cryptography. Now let's take a look at the structure of our C program. The program is divided into three main parts. The prime number check function, which verifies if a number is prime. The pyramid printing function, which generates and prints the pyramid pattern. Finally, the main function, which ties everything together and calls the function to execute the program. Our goal is to print a pyramid using prime numbers. Let's dive into the isPrime function. This function takes an integer num as input and checks if it is a prime number. It returns true if the number is prime and false otherwise. The function works by dividing the number by all integers less than its square root and checking for any divisors. If none are found, the number is prime. Next, let's look at the first part of the print prime pyramid function. This function takes the number of rows of the pyramid as input. It begins by initializing the first prime number 2. The outer loop controls the rows and inner loop adds space for proper alignment, centering the pyramid. In the second part of the print prime pyramid function, we print the prime numbers. The inner loop prints the correct number of primes in each row. The while loop checks if the current number is prime, and if it's not, it increments the number until a prime is found. After printing a prime, the number is incremented to check for the next prime. Now let's look at the main function. This function is the entry point of our program. It prompts the user to enter the number of rows for the pyramid and calls the print prime pyramid function to generate the output. The program then terminates successfully after printing the pyramid. Here's an example of the output when the user inputs 5 rows. You can see that each row contains an odd number of prime numbers starting from 2. The pyramid shape is formed by printing spaces before the prime numbers. In this example, each row contains an increasing number of prime numbers. The first row has just one prime, the second row has 3, and so on. The program prints the primes in a way that visually aligns them into a pyramid shape, starting with the smallest prime number. In conclusion, this program demonstrates how to print a pyramid pattern using prime numbers in C. It's a great exercise for understanding loops, prime number checks, and formatting output. By breaking the problem into smaller functions, the code remains clear and manageable. Thank you for your attention. I hope you found this presentation helpful. I am now open to any questions you may have. Please feel free to ask.